little bit on and off.
Yeah, he's trying. It is trying.
Yeah.
Right. Do you think we'll be joined by our follower from last week?
I can't even remember last. I don't even know.
We
Last Sunday.
with the pop quiz. We really
Becky,
helped, and we needed it.
Yeah.
Things did not go according to plan, and we were rescued to some extent and managed to get 7 out of 10 last week. So we've got to try and do better this week, but it means we've got to pick a year we know something about.
Yeah, 1969.
Okay.
No. I'm thinking 1963.
63.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm going to. Time machine is going back to 1963.
Big things that happened in 63. Can you name big events that happened in 1963?
Not off the top of my head. No, you've asked me a question that I don't know the answer to.
JFK got blown away.
Yeah.
Assassination of Kennedy. That's when Doctor Who started. The day after.
Mm-hmm.
So they're two big events in 1963. That's the challenge we should do every year that we do on the pop quiz. That somebody has to find out what happened in that year.
Sounds like a good idea. Okay, so without further ado, we'll bring the pop quiz on screen and we'll make it full screen. You can still hear Fonz and myself, and we're going to attempt to get 10 out of 10 on the pop quiz and have a bit of fun while doing it.
Yeah. It's got Little Stevie Wonder there. That's brilliant because that's what he was originally called, wasn't he? Little Stevie Wonder.
Right. Okay, so I'm going over to the right tab in a second, and I'm going to press play, and we're off and running. Okay, who had a hit with this song? Please Please Me. Was it the Times, the Village Stompers, Kyo Sakamoto, or the Beatles?
I'm glad you had to say that, not me. This one's easy, isn't it?
I was winging it. I know it is an easy question for a change. I was winging it because I've no idea.
I've never heard of the Village Stompers, have you?
No. This was the year of the.
I know this song. I know this song was inspired by Roy Orbison because in one of his songs, and I can't remember off the top of his head, he goes, "Please me," and the writer of this song wrote down the back of that.
Yeah. Angelica was reading, she was reading books, but she's reading a book about Wiltshire. And it's about events that happened in Wiltshire and people around Wiltshire. And in 1963, the group who sang this actually played Swindon. And they were paid £350.
Wow. But that would have been a lot of money then.
Yeah.
That would have been a fair amount back then.
Yeah, comparing it today. So we're going to go with the obvious one.
The Beatles. It's the Beatles.
Right. Okay.
It's actually not what a lot of people get confused. This is not actually their first number one. From Me to You was, I think, off the top of my head. People think this was their first number one, but it's actually their first number one album, not single.
Got it. So we're going to go 3, 2, 1. Yes, we got one right. It's a better start than last week. Oh, no. Okay.
I know this one's a bit harder.
Yeah. Who sang Bossa Nova Baby? Was it Elvis Presley, The Impressions, The Singing Nun? Oh, yeah. Oh, Billy J. Kramer and the Dakotas. I can't see the Singing Nun doing it. Can you? Really?
I think Elvis Presley, you know.
Yeah, I'm going to take. I just noticed. I'm going to take the thing.
The tag off the top. Yeah.
You're going to go with Elvis.
Yeah, Mr. Presley. He sounds a bit like Freddie Fox, don't he? Or Freddie Fox sounds a bit like him.
They do sound very similar, Fonz. Yeah,
they do. I don't know who stole the voice off of who, but that's a debate for them to decide, isn't it?
Okay. So Elvis Presley, we're going to go with. Yep.
Go for Elvis. Yeah.
Correct.
I knew that one anyway.
So.
This is brilliant. This song. Go on, carry on, though.
Song number 3, Surfing Bird. Q Sakamoto, Billy J. Kramer and the Dakotas, Elvis Presley, or the Trashmen. Do you actually know the answer to this?
Yeah, I do. It's pardon me. It's
We're going to go with.
I Can Hear You Twice.
No, you can hear me once now. Apologies for that.
Yeah, but that's all right. The Trashmen.
Oh. Well, I know nothing about them, so I'm going to go with what you said.
Who did you think it was?
I have no idea.
Everybody's heard about the word. Bird's a word.
That goes as one of the most irritating songs. Well, in my mind, ever. All right, okay, that's why I wiped it from my memory.
I think what happened with it is Peter Griffin, that Family Guy. If you listen to the bloke in that song, he sounds very much like Peter Griffin, and I think that's where the voice came from for Peter Griffin.
Yeah,
really do. But anyway, back to this.
Okay, question number 4. Walk Like a Man. Was it the Four Seasons, Jimmy Gilmer and the Fireballs, Dale and Grace, or Bobby Vinton?
This one's easy. I will tell you about the Fireballs. I'd actually, after Buddy Holly died, a lot of his albums that come out afterwards were actually backing tracks were done by the Fireballs. But it's not them. It's this. Do you know this one?
I think I do, but
yeah.
I would go with it's a. I'm going to go with the Four Seasons.
Yeah, it's Frankie Valli and the Four Seasons. Before it was Frankie Valli and the Four Seasons. What? It says it's been kicked in the gonads, doesn't it?
Okay, and we'll be back in a second. I'm just going to try and see if we can find somebody to actually join us here. So let me post that, and then get rid of that, come back to here. And so we're going to go with
Billy J. Kramer and the Dakotas.
Right, okay.
Yeah.
But doing well. Song number 6.
Do you know this one?
Was second. Come on, Billy J. Kramer and Dakotas, Roy Orbison, the Trashmen, the Rolling Stones.
It's their very first single release.
Oh, there. Now you're giving it away.
Yeah. Well, it's not Roy Orbison. It could be the rest. It's their very first single release.
Okay, so you gonna go with?
It's Chuck Berry's song. It's the Rolling Stones.
Okay, all good, brilliant. Pride and Joy. Was it?
Hold on, I've got something pop up on my screen, so I can't see it. Give me a sec.
All right, okay.
I'm sorted now.
All right, Peter, Paul, and Mary, Rolling Stones, Marvin Gaye, or the Singing Nun. The song was the Pride and Joy.
I don't know. This one I'm a bit lost on, but I've got a feeling it's Mary, Paul, and Peter.
I'm torn between Peter, Paul, and Mary and the Singing Nun, which means that it's probably going to be Marvin Gaye.
Yeah, it's certainly not the Rolling Stones, and if it is, how were they taken at the time they wrote that?
Yeah, it's not the Stones. Shall we toss a coin? Who are you going to play for? You're going to go?
I'm going to go for Mary, Paul, and Peter.
Right. Okay. Let's do that. Could be the Singing Nun, though. You never know.
Yeah. Who is it? It's Marvin Gaye. You said that as well.
All right. Okay. Dominica. Was it Bobby Darin, Elvis Presley, Ray Charles, or the Singing Nun?
The Singing Nun keeps popping up. Let's go for her.
Yeah, it is. And I'm not going to attempt to sing it. I'm not going to get Alexa to sing it either. But we're both saying the same thing. So let's go for that. Okay. Question 9. It's all right. Was that the Village Stompers, the Shantays, the Impressions, or Edie Gourmet?
Don't know this one.
I don't know this one either.
None of them I've heard of. It's all right. It's all right.
I've not heard of any of them at all.
Well, all right.
Well, no, I've heard of Edie Gourmet, but I don't know what the song.
It's all right. I'm trying to think how it goes. I keep thinking of Buddy Holly. Well, all right.
Well,
Well,
as
all
you're
right.
doing all your impressions, shall we go with the impressions?
Yeah, go on then. Go on.
Right. Okay.
Be funny if it is them.
Wow. There you go.
Yeah, it is them as well. See, that was something telling me.
Right. Okay.
Oh, this one, I know this one.
Another Saturday night. Bobby Darin, Martha and the Vandellas, Sam Cooke, and the Four Seasons.
It's the legendary Sam Cooke.
Right. So I'm going to go with Sam Cooke. And that's it. And our final rating is?
We only got one wrong, I think.
A minus, 9 out of 10. And the average score is 6.83. And 11,588 people have played it. So
wow.
we must be in the top percentile, really. We must.
Definitely, yeah.
Yeah. So there you have it. I'm going to stop sharing the screen and come back to the main screen. So there you have it. 9 out of 10. That's
not too bad.
A long time, really.
But they did throw a couple of hard ones in there.
Right. What projects do you have on the go at the moment?
None. No, I'd have doing my colouring thing. System film, and that's going good. That's going good. And I've got a couple of other things in the background I'm working on, which I can't release at the moment because I'd probably get shot. No,
okay.
no few other things. But I'm actually taking a little bit of time off this week doing things because tomorrow is my 21st birthday. So, so I'm taking a bit of time off for the next few days.
Bit of me time.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think we all need to do that occasionally.
Yeah. Well, no, because I'm 21. I'm coming into double digits. It's one of these things, isn't it?
How's the grandchild or grandchildren? See, you can't be 21. You've got grandchildren. You can't.
I just started young. That's all.
Okay.
No, that would be illegal.
Well, it'd be illegal and impossible, I think.
Yeah.
So that's good.
Yeah, no, all good. All good.
Yeah. Right. It's nearly getting time for I live here and travelling out and about.
Well,
but there's a problem with it.
Well, at the moment, not many people can travel out and about, so it might be I live in here.
Well, showing people's houses.
Yeah.
Yeah, we could do that. Show us where you live. There's so many things. There's still lots of things we can do, but there's some things that we can't do.
Yeah.
We went into town earlier, and it was quiet, but it wasn't deserted. There were still people there, and the pubs were still open. So, it's.
Are you a pub man?
No, not really.
No.
Unless there's a good group on. We went to see a Dire Straits group about 2 months ago. That was very good.
Yeah.
Yeah. Not Dire Straits. It was a tribute band.
Yeah. Did you get in with money for nothing?
It was free. Yeah.
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 The chicks are free.
That's that particular pub does live gigs to get people in.
Yeah.
Simple as.
There's a lot of good local people now in different areas, bands and all that, just as good as, if some of them are not actually better than some of the music that's coming out now.
Well, I couldn't name the top 10 at the moment. Pretty sure I couldn't.
I've seen in the news though, Stars in Your Eyes is coming back instead of X Factor.
Do
you remember that? Leslie Crowder, and Matthew Kelly.
Mm-hmm. Yes, indeed. Right. Silence. We've got silence. Yeah. What are we going to do?
I don't know. See, I could show you that. Oh, there we go. I'll pull it out.
Okay.
I was talking about it a minute ago, wasn't I?
Right, it's yours, Fonz.
But there's my old
Crossroads.
crossword. Yeah, crossword. I was going to say. I keep getting this thing flashing on my screen to do with my headphones. I've got a new bit on the way.
All right.
Keep getting myself put out. There you go.
Okay.
And I've noticed inside when I find it, somewhere in here, when you least expect to trying to find it. Sorry, that's my phone. It's in here somewhere. One of those days, isn't it?
It's well, I mean, it is at the moment. It's not just one of those days. It's one of those situations. Yeah, where you've got to soldier on, and the best thing you can actually do is just carry on with things as normal, which is what we're trying to do. Because anything goes. It goes out on Tuesdays. Well, we've still got the clock difference. It's 10 a.m. in the States.
Oh, there it is. I found it.
Right, all back to you.
I didn't know this, but Ethel out of EastEnders was in Crossroads. There.
Yeah.
She used to have the old dog, Willie. So there's a bit of history there. Crossroads. I don't know how well you remember Crossroads.
Only dim and distant memories. It wasn't the top of the watch list. I mean, I'm from Lancashire, so
you only had 3 TV channels back then.
We did ITV, BBC One, BBC Two. We didn't have colour. I remember watching snooker in black and white, and then that went colour. Made a bit more sense then.
Yeah, the red ball's hitting the blue ball, that's hitting the green ball, and you're thinking which one's which. Exactly,
they're all shades of grey, which is the inspiration for the title of a book which came sort of 50 years later.
50 Shades of Grey.
Yeah, but there aren't 50 balls on a snooker table.
Yeah.
So I don't know where the number came from.
It just pretty sounded good, didn't it, really?
It did.
Yeah. Oh, I'll tell you what I've got, yeah.
Okay.
I got pick this up. Make, Do and Mend.
Just a minute, going solo.
Make, Do and Mend. This is from the war, and actually what this is copies of original things back in the war. Because a lot of people are just going out panic buying stuff.
Yeah.
But back in the day, people had a bit of common sense. And actually, talking about sewing up your old clothes. These are actually copies of original, what they would have got. These aren't the original. They aren't the originals, but it shows you how you can do it.
Yeah. And now you've got all the stitches. Now you've got specialists who do that. The ability to do that is disappearing.
Yeah. But that's, I mean, this is like tips of what to do to survive through the war. Well, we're not going through a war, but it's showing us how to survive in times when we haven't got full access to things. So, and funny that I brought this, and then all this panic buying's been going on. But it's just like people would never clue these days how to.
No, all the days gone by.
Even after the air raids, new homes for the homeless, tracing friends and relatives, best way to do it. Yeah. So, I mean, they were proper prepared back then. Furniture and belongings, compensation, repairs, food. Every woman, her own clothes doctor. So, like fixing your clothes. You weren't worried about designer labels and stuff. You just made do with what you had.
True. You had the telephone, but you didn't. You had television, but not as we know now. I mean, things that we have now.
Best ways to keep your rooms warm and all that, and heating, how to ration your heating. So, because even there was coupons that was rationing for clothing and petrol and stuff.
Yeah.
So like these are actual what they would have give out during the war. So they're not. But I've got some here as well. I can't reach them, they're right over there. But,
okay.
Petrol rationing tickets.
Yeah, you sent me a picture of those.
Yeah, so I got petrol rationing tickets and stuff.
And phone cards?
Oh yeah, you got the bit later on the phone cards. I'll show them in a minute. The phone cards, but it shows you what's happening in a modern society, that we are not prepared as what we would have been. You know what I mean, and able to cope because we're too dependent on Tesco's and stuff, and we're too dependent on things. And this is certainly a challenge for a lot of people, isn't it?
It is. And just a minute.
I'll show you my phone cards. So this is a brilliant buy. Still sealed in the packets. Never used. So BT phone cards. So that's
amazing. I remember that.
Yeah, I used to have loads of them as a kid with all different pictures on them, and you don't think that they're worth, but they've got that one. That's in the packets where it's got Flora butter on it.
Wow.
So it's all, you know what I'm like with old stuff. So they were something I got a hold of. Bit of nostalgia.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, definitely. So no, it's strange how times have changed, and with technology changing, I think our lives are made too easy now, aren't they? Really, and when it's not there, we start panicking.
Panic's a good word, and is affecting some of the population at the moment. How's my sound at the moment? Is it crackly?
No, all good.
All good. All right. I'm glad about that. I bought a piece of software called, because of what's going on, there are a lot of professional speakers. We're talking about speakers who go around the world and do a gig in front of 100 people, 1,000 people live on stage.
Yeah.
And now they're all back home in the UK. And they've been brought into a group by a chap called Alan Stevens, who's one of the UK's best known speakers. And they're all trying to find a way to actually go live. Yeah. And most of them are going to Zoom because it's like the Rolls Royce, isn't it? It's also got the Rolls Royce pricing. But they're all from
that's what I mean. If you want the Rolls Royce, you got to pay the price for it.
That's true. That's true. But there's something this morning. When you've got a mic, you actually want a guard over it, a filter.
Yeah.
They were actually talking about something that goes around the microphone to absorb the noises.
Yeah.
Because it's not single direction, is it? It's multi-direction, and yeah. I mean, you know more than I.
Yeah, I know something. Yeah, I know what you mean. Yeah.
Yeah, there was something guard, and I thought I'll have a look at that, but I thought I don't need it. I've got Crisp, and Crisp is a piece of software that removes all background noises. But for the last week or so, I've had a bit of crackling on it, and that's annoyed the hell out of me, because when I go to Google and search Crisp noise cancellation crackles, you don't get much, because Crisp is supposed to remove.
Yeah, it's not going to cause, not meant to cause it. It's meant to remove it. Yeah, well, it's the same as my headphones. I've got wireless headphones, but I've got no Bluetooth in my computer, so I've had to buy a Bluetooth adapter, because it's just easier to have in-ear headphones than these. It's just I think they're getting a bit wonky and a bit old, and every movement I make, it puts a message on the screen saying that my headphones are disconnected, and it's getting a bit annoying. So I want to go wireless with them. So just got to wait for that to come. It'd be much better that way, because I'll be in here and I haven't got to keep cables everywhere.
Yeah, it makes a difference. I mean, I'm just by accident. I don't need the headphones now, but it wasn't by design. It's just the way that the speaker and the microphone are arranged that there is no feedback.
With these, it goes because when I first started out, I went back to a radio thing, because in radio you have to have headphones that cancel it. And this is different. So I was going back to my old radio roots, but so I can't hear nothing around me. It's completely you don't need them. Not radio.
Yeah, that's true. Right, what we're going to do this year. Last year we tried to do a radio station. And we found out all about how expensive it is and what restrictions there are and how you can annoy people.
Yeah, I end up selling the one that I set up, and within 2 weeks of the people owning it, it went down the pan. So, they didn't last 2 weeks with it. So
the thing is, the radio station is time consuming, because to actually program 168 hours of content.
Oh yeah, it
takes. It's too much for one person. It really is. I mean, you could program a couple of hours a week if you said, right, okay, you've got 2 hours on the station this week. You could probably program that, but to actually program 168, as we both attempted to do.
Yeah, I think with it, it's just got to be. You just got to upload. If you're going to have a radio station and you haven't got the time, you just need to mass a few jingles in it and a massive playlist of songs. But I don't know if you know, there's an app that I've seen where you don't have to upload any songs into it. What it is, if you've got an Apple account or a Spotify account or an Amazon account, you set this radio station up for free, because if you're paying for Apple, Amazon, or Spotify, you're paying to use those songs, and it's just plays music basically. You can't put shows into it, but it's like, I think it's for just people who want to have a bit of a fun and mess about and all. So it's just non-stop songs, and your license is covered by Apple and all that because you've paid to use them. But it shows you where the way it's going. And I think, sadly, radio, you've got to be very different to be a success now, I think, really.
Yeah. I mean, I was thinking of given what's going on, doing a local television station. Yeah. Not on a week, just on certain hours during the week.
Yeah. But a good thing about that, because I've been talking to the guys who does Mill Road TV. I went to see him last week because I've got that online TV streaming thing, and which I've been using, and I've just been uploading programs into it, and they're on a playlist going round and around and around and around. It's not really proper TV, but like you said, with that you can actually put live programming in as well as pre-recorded programming. So when you do when a live show appears on, say, on Big Live, that you can then have that broadcast live across that as well, and then you can just put recorded stuff. And because like he said to me, it's a lot of hard work, and I tried to explain to him that when we had community TV in this area, they wanted all the fancy TV shots of different angles, like the big players do. And I said, you can't. I go, what? The best way to use an example is American community TV. It's just some guy or woman or talking to somebody else in a table, and you've got two cameras, one that way, then none that way, and they're just chatting away, and they just change the shots. And I go, that's all it needs to be. That's what it needs to be. Exactly what this is.
It doesn't need to be sophisticated. I agree with you. People trying to be whizzy is good and fun, but it doesn't attract an audience.
Right. It's too much effort. It's just like, because I watch them books when I was involved in, watched them running around like maniacs, and I'm thinking, you don't need to do this. You completely do not need to do this. The word community sort of tells people you're not going to get top programs. Basically, it's just people coming together making program, and I would actually enjoy that. So say, for instance, it was some old lady coming on talking about weed in her garden, and she's at the table with all these plant pots, and she's digging and planting this in it and doing this and telling people how to do it. I'd find that quite interesting because it's natural, it's basic, and sometimes you need that.
You do. I mean, we're fortunate. We've got effectively a full-blown studio here, and we can do some whizzy bits like we did with the pop quiz earlier by screen sharing. You can play video and all sorts of things, but that's not necessary. You just need two people.
Yeah, but it's basic. It's still basic. You put stuff on screen and you can talk, but you haven't got like different camera angles, people running around messing about with things, and it's not lots of unnecessary effort.
That's true.
If you know what I mean, then it's just you don't need that.
No.
So your plan start a local TV station, is it?
It's one of the wild ideas. We've got a local radio station, and they're well established, so radio's out of it.
Didn't you get a community TV station when the community TV licenses went out?
I don't know. I don't want to. I just want to be on Facebook and YouTube. I don't want to be.
Yeah. Hold on. I'll look it up. I'll look it up for you. See if you did have one.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, we've got Dave and I have got a show at 5 o'clock today, which is broadcasting to your community. But this is the news update version. So it's just a 30-minute show, and we're just talking about what's happening in Sarnia and more in Canada and in devices in the UK. And we're just exchanging information and comparing what's happening in the UK with what's happening in Canada.
So you never got a community TV station. So you could be filling a void there.
Well, it's a transatlantic community TV station. I've got I'm trying a piece of software called Eyes On.
Yeah.
So, yeah. Have you heard of it?
No. Is that
No. It's an Austrian piece of software.
What's it called?
Basically, it's video conferencing.
Yeah. And
you can bring people together in a video conference in a conference room, and it simply works.
Yeah.
But the beauty of it is that you can actually then invite people to actually join your squad, as it were, your team.
Yeah.
And I can have up to 6 people in the team. And whenever you want to go, if I say I sent you an invite after the show, which I probably will do.
Yeah.
In fact, I will do. Then you can actually go to Eyes On. You can actually host your own production, own video conference. And you can do a video conference with 4 people on screen, or you can do a webinar and invite an audience to watch you up to 100 people and just have fun with it. And I think the video is the way to actually keep in touch with people.
Oh, yeah, definitely. Yeah. Is that the platform you're planning to use? Yeah.
It is, yeah. It was an AppSumo deal, and it was one I couldn't refuse. So I got it from AppSumo, and then discovered that basically I can share the rights to actually broadcast. So you can have your own room, and you run your own room, and you invite people along. So I'll do that after. I'm just exploring at the moment. I've set it up.
Yeah, no, it sounds interesting. So it's not so much local; it's worldwide community.
Oh yeah, potentially worldwide. But in terms of, I mean, I'll give you, for instance, every year, as you know, we've got the twinning, and this year was our year to host. Now it's been called off; it's been cancelled effectively. But we needed to get together as a committee, and people were wary of doing so. So Eyes On would give us the ability to actually chat to each other with no software downloads and actually, discuss the way forward.
Yeah.
So it's coming into its own at the moment. So plenty of applications for it. Yeah.
That sounds good. You have to send me that link. So
I shall.
Yeah, it's amazing how things are changing, isn't it? So no, that's what you need. Just even if you had a TV station like this, just people chatting all day long about stuff, it's you don't need detailed like fancy camera shots, and that does my head in, especially with radio as well. Some people like in radio can be like that as well, that everything has to be perfect, and if they miss a jingle like by half a second, they get in the mood about it. Like, I don't think anybody actually noticed, but there you go.
It's a wacky idea, because this is the place for wacky ideas.
Oh yeah.
How about a Facebook page where you invite people to actually share their broadcasts? Simply just share, and you look for people who broadcast each day of the week, and you say, right, okay, will you share your show here on a Monday or a Tuesday or a Wednesday, whenever it happens to be?
Yeah.
So they're getting extra viewers.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah. And eventually, what you built up is a television station.
Yeah, they're getting publicity for nothing. Splash of publicity for nothing, and you're getting a TV station.
That's right.
Then as time goes by, you could probably earn a revenue from it from advertising.
That's a possibility.
But that's the thing with advertising as well. I don't know if you remember the old TV commercials of the 80s. Like, lots of people think that you have to have all these details and all these special effects in adverts.
Yeah.
I remember in the 80s, sometimes you'd have the adverts from the really big companies. Then you get a local company or a smaller company, and you just get a picture with like their name, their address, and their phone number, and the offer they're offering everything. So, like if it was Dave's Carpet, come to Dave's Carpets. He's got 20% discount. Call him on 01-223 9497. And that would be it. And sometimes basic's good.
It is. I don't think it matters which platform people use to broadcast either. So it could be on StreamYard, it could be on Zoom, it could even be on Eyes On, because Eyes On can broadcast to Facebook.
So it works for all of them.
Oh yeah. Well, the Eyes On works for Facebook and YouTube.
Yeah.
I mean, it was done. It's not the initial reason for it existing. That's just the conferencing, but they bolted on going to Facebook and YouTube, and I tested it out yesterday. It works well. So
is the plan to run it as a channel through YouTube then?
Sorry, could you say that again? I got interrupted by a message. Sorry.
No, is the plan to have it on YouTube as a YouTube channel? Like,
yeah, it could do. All right. Okay.
Because you got a ready-made platform now.
Well, it is. I mean, it's public, isn't it? And it's the best video platform there is. It's simple. Yeah. And do that. Sorry, I just got a message. You know when you sometimes double book yourself?
Oh yeah, do that all the time.
Okay.
Are you double booked at the moment then?
No, I know. We're okay for the moment. I'm going to be talking to Marco shortly about Eyes On and about Get Vocal and some of the things that he's come up with as well, because we're going to talk about keeping in touch with each other. Yeah. Okay, so the Cambridge historian, sir, are you planning to bring it back?
Yeah, it's coming back in May, and complete the fourth series. So fourth series is coming back in May. I left a bit of a gap because I want to get it all correct, and by the fourth series I should be able to do it right, and hopefully there won't be no mess ups in this series. But there you go.
Yeah, but
it's completely new basically, because all the platform on Be Live has now changed, so it will have a new look and just look completely different, but the same with the content, and I've got some special guests lined up as well.
Yeah.
So they'll probably get involved with it as well. And on the back of that, when it finishes, I'm hoping to do a special. I always do a special on the last episode. So there's there's a special plan for the last episode as well. So it's all looking good. No, I've definitely got some people interested in wanting to be guests, and actually with connections. Before I've had lots of special, like well-known people, but I'm trying more now to just get to the everyday people and of Cambridge, and so there's going to be a lot of that with stories to tell.
Sounds like local television, community television to me too, as well as history.
Oh yeah, definitely, definitely. But it's progressed over time. I mean, if I look back on the first one, and which I have done, it's amazing how, because it's only been a couple of years, how it's changed. From me sitting in a little tiny cupboard to having my own office, kicking my kid out and have my own office.
And well, also, I mean, the quality has improved. I mean, it's just you put them side by side, and there's no comparison really, is there? I mean, we're getting high definition video, the likes of which we could only dream of.
Yeah, I think the plan is to broadcast it. I think really on YouTube. That's my plan, and then like I've noticed when you've been doing some of your videos, premiere it later on Facebook. So it will go out on a Sunday and then repeated in the week on YouTube in the evening.
That's good. Yeah, I mean that'll work. We know it works, so that'll be good. Right, now we set ourselves, or Fonz set us a challenge before the beginning of the show, not to mention a certain word. We've managed not to mention it. We're not going to start now.
Yeah, no, definitely.
Definitely not now. All right, okay. This week, can we sort of wrap up now and?
Oh yeah, sure, yeah. It's very, very quiet. I was going to say that it's very quiet. People stockpiling on food, I think. And
we advertised. I mean, we get lots of people watching the replay. So
yeah, no, it's just one of those things that it's just a quiet week. It's a quiet week for me actually. So it sort of fits into me that I'm taking a chilly week, so everybody else is chilling with me. Hey.
And we're all trying to chill and keep chilled. And so from Cambridge and from Devisers, it's goodbye for now. We'll see you next week.
Right.
Okay. And that's